Every sales leader knows the feeling, right? Every, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, something hits recession, crisis, whatever, and bam, suddenly it feels like the market just stops. Like nobody is buying anything. And the instinct for way too many, it's paralysis.
Yeah, and that paralysis, that's the real danger here. If you're leading sales, you really need to tune into this. We're digging into some actionable stuff today, direct from the insights gathered by the sales experts. Think of it as a toolkit for getting sales success, even when things feel, well, tight.
Exactly. We're not here to just, complain about the market. We're talking about aggressive, smart moves. These tough markets don't last forever, but the plays you make now. When everyone else is hesitating, that sets your position for years.
Absolutely. Our whole mission today is basically giving you a blueprint, something to survive now, but also, crucially, to accelerate growth later. We're unpacking strategies top leaders use, strengthening operations, getting ready for that rebound, while competitors are, frankly, stuck.
Okay, let's dive in. First, big idea, the strategic pivot. It sounds scary, but the danger isn't just cutting costs, right? It's getting trapped. Leadership getting boxed into your current business model. That rigidity can be deadly.
It's a failure of imagination, really. This is prime time for creativity.
Right.
The research says step one is literally list your assets, people, tech, IP, clients, everything, and then brainstorm.
Yeah.
How can you repurpose this stuff? You have to ask.
Yeah.
What can I sell differently? New packages, new buyers.
But hold on, pivoting like that, it needs cash, right? And serious buy-in internally, especially if you're talking new products or services when everyone's focused on cutting back. How do you sell that upstairs?
Good question. You frame it differently. It's not just expansion. It's risk mitigation. It's resource optimization.
No.
Think about Wrigley, the classic example. They sold soap, baking powder. Gum was just a freebie they threw in. But then they noticed, hey, the gum's actually doing better. They didn't just stick to the plan. They went all in on gum. That's the lesson. Sometimes, in a downturn, you have to let go of what used to work for what could work now.
Right, and we've seen modern versions of this. Factories switching lines to make, I don't know, hand sanitizer or whatever was needed. B2B software firms maybe launching leaner tools for small businesses struggling with cash flow.
Exactly that. It's lateral thinking. If your main market freezes up, the data says you've got to aggressively chase new ones. And that pivot, it means you need a new audience.
Which brings us to networking, right? Supercharge networking. Like the saying goes, dig the well before you're thirsty. Reconnect on LinkedIn. Update your database. Treat every contact like gold. Maybe a referral. Maybe they amplify your message, even if they won't buy directly.
Okay, so we're hunting new opportunities, but we definitely can't forget our current customers. They're vital for stability right now. And often, they need your help to survive, too. It's got to be more than just transaction. It needs to feel like a partnership. Yeah, it's all about retention and expansion there, locking in predictable revenue. And the tactics. Surprisingly simple, actually, but really effective. Maybe offer pre-sold services. Could be at a slight discount for the commitment. Or structure deals for future delivery. Think about pushing for bulk buys or longer subscriptions. Move them from monthly to annual, maybe with a small incentive,
And that connects to a really critical point from the research exploring customer financing. That seems huge.
Oh, it's a massive differentiator when things contract. Capital spending freezes up, the CFO just says no. But if your solution is actually necessary for that client to keep going, offering financing removes that immediate, can I afford this? Barrier. The conversation shifts, right? It becomes, how fast can this help me stay afloat?
And strategically, how does offering financing help the sales leader beyond just getting the deal signed?
It fundamentally changes your revenue picture. For the client, it often shifts a big capital expense to an operating expense, much easier to manage in tough times. And for you, the sales leader, predictable, locked-in revenue. It's almost like you're acting as a small bank for your best clients. It stabilizes your numbers when everything else is rocky. That boosts confidence, both internally and with investors.
Right. That stability then lets you think longer term, which brings us to, well, gaining an edge, using these slower cycles to upgrade. Upgrading infrastructure, upgrading talent. Most companies cut back here. The winners, they actually lean in.
That's real counter-cyclical thinking. Let's hit talent first. It's a big if the budget allows, a downturn is, ironically, the perfect time to hire absolute top sales performers, the real rainmakers, the ones who can genuinely move the needle.
But why would they be available? Wouldn't the best people be snapped up or staying put?
Well, think about it. Even at good companies, when the market tightens, bonuses get slashed, commission checks shrink, morale takes a hit. So these top earners, who live by their results, they start looking around. They look for companies showing proactive leadership, showing future potential. You
Yeah.
can actually poach that top talent because their current gig isn't meeting their needs anymore. And that sets you up for explosive growth when things turn around.
That's a massive opportunity, yeah. But risky too. If you hire a superstar rainmaker when the pipeline's dry, how do you manage their expectations, commissions, results?
Great point. Your compensation has to pivot too. Make sure the base and benefits are solid, reflect their value, but structure the initial comp, maybe the first 6-9 months, to reward activity. Reward experimentation, pipeline building, not just close deals right away. You're paying them to prep the battlefield, basically.
Yeah.
Investing in their future success, which ties right into the infrastructure piece.
Okay, so if things are slow, your team isn't just closing, they're maybe doing more relationship management. This is the time then to really tackle the CRM, not just tidy it up, but strategically overhaul it.
Exactly. Don't just think of it as cleaning. Think of it as rehabilitating your rebound pipeline. Yeah, you do the basic cleanup, merge duplicates, update old contacts, kill off the dead leads, clogging things up, obvious stuff.
But the strategic layer is the real gold mine, isn't it?
That's where the value is.
Yeah.
Use this quiet period to resegment leads based on the new economic reality. Go back to those old inquiries, trade show contacts from a year ago, even lost deals. Maybe they weren't ready when things were booming, but now. A competitor might have folded. A vendor jacked up prices. Their internal needs shifted suddenly. Any of those things could push them back into a buying cycle. You're using your data to anticipate the rebound, not just track the present gloom.
Okay, this all sounds great, but it really comes down to actually doing it. Execution. What separates the leaders who really dominate from those who just struggle when things get tough?
The consensus from the experts. It's relentless, focused action. It sounds simple, but here's the truth. Most companies freeze. They really do. They stop calling, stop emailing, stop communicating. They just wait. The winners. They realize that just being active makes them stand out dramatically.
Okay, relentless action, I get it. But couldn't that just be, annoying people, throwing spaghetti at the wall? If decisions are stalled higher up, how do you make sure those calls, those emails actually add value?
It's not always about closing right now. It's about grabbing mind share, being the only credible voice they're hearing from. So yeah, make a few more calls and send a few more valuable emails. Run small experiments. When your competition goes silent, even your basic effort looks exceptional. You have to show up with insights and value where they've disappeared.
And this focus on action flows right into communication and building trust, right? Social proof becomes critical when everyone's feeling risk-averse.
Absolutely. You need to be aggressively gathering and using social proof. People can't choose you if they forget you exist, or worse, can't easily verify you're good at what you do. Positive reviews build that trust, especially when money's tight. Ask clients directly. Get those reviews on Google, Trustpilot, LinkedIn, plaster them everywhere.
And there's an important distinction in who that social proof is for, isn't there?
Right. Not all proof is for the buyer, those Trustpilot reviews. Transactional trust. But think about employee reviews, Glassdoor, places like that. They serve a vital secondary purpose. They're for attracting those top-tier rainmakers we talked about. Those reviews show your company is healthy, forward-looking, a good place to land. It builds credibility for your talent pipeline.
So the core message really boils down to this. If maybe 90% of your competitors freeze up, just being slightly above average in your persistence, being in that 10% that keeps moving, gives you a huge advantage almost automatically.
You literally change the competitive landscape just by showing up and doing the work. You're winning market share while others are standing still.
All right, let's quickly recap the big takeaways for everyone listening. First, strategic repackaging. Explore new markets, use assets creatively like Wrigley did, frame it as risk mitigation to get buy-in. Second, partner up with current clients. Think bulk buys, maybe customer financing to lock in stability, help them shift spending. And third, just commit to outworking and outcommunicating. Use this time to upgrade talent and really get your CRM ready for the rebound.
Yeah, the businesses that act now, while others are hesitating, they're the ones positioned for real, sustained sales success down the road. The final thought from the source material sums it up perfectly, I think. Action beats anxiety. Simple as that.
So we really encourage you right now, actually, take a hard look at your sales process, your assets, definitely your CRM health. Don't wait for the market, make your own weather.
And if you want to dig deeper into building that all-star team, hitting targets, implementing these kinds of strategies for any economy, visit thesalesexperts.com. There's more there.
Take command of the uncertainty. Start today.